Hey, we're back. So we just got back from going to the tower with Niall and Dorothy.
Yeah, so we're just gonna follow up on our quest and report it. Oh, Estelle and Joshua.
Shira, what are you doing here?
This is a rare occasion. You're usually out and about.
I just finished the jobs I took over for your father, and I was reporting to the guild.
So you finished your load too, huh?
Somehow or other, I guess. I heard from Ina that you guys aren't doing too bad yourselves. I guess everything I went through to train the two of you amounted to something.
We're grateful too. Well, I guess we'll report in as well then.
Go ahead. Let's hear what you've got. Good work, you two. How about you, Sherazard? Don't you think they've done a fine job? For a bunch of newbies, you did an average job. But you shouldn't be satisfied with that level of work. Especially you, Estelle. You're always the first to get on that high horse of yours.
Okay, I get it already.
Great work, all of you. I'm surprised that we were able to fill the work gap left by Cassius so quickly. I wonder if we'll be able to relax for a bit now.
I don't know. I can imagine that downtime might be a bit of a drag.
Well, that won't be a problem since there are plenty of other small jobs like patrolling the roads and exterminating monsters.
It's been a while since I've been able to take a break. Alright, it's time for my reward. I'm going to drink until I can't drink anymore tonight. Estelle, Joshua, you two join me as well.
We have to watch you get plastered and make a fool of yourself?
Oh, so what you're saying is that you're turning down my invitation. You've got a lot of nerve to do something like that to your mentor.
What am I supposed to say? Your drinking habits are intolerable. You cause a ruckus, dance like a maniac, and try to strip in public?
Agreed. It's pretty embarrassing.
Sherazard, just where do you think you're going to take these underage kids? Come on! The alcohol is what makes things entertaining. But if you're so against coming along with me, then I don't need you, Estelle.
Really?
Yep. Instead, I'll just have Joshua make up for your absence.
Why me? Shara?
Now hold on a minute.
Joshua, you look like you'll make a fine companion. Whether we're talking booze or something behind closed doors, I'll help you break you in.
Break me in?
Alright, you big pervert Joshua, why are you drooling like that?
It's not what you think.
We've got a major problem.
Major? Mayor Klaus?
Estelle, Joshua, and Sherazad, am I glad to see you?
Safe by the bell. What's wrong, sir? And why are you in such a hurry?
This is terrible. My home, disaster. It's gone.
What?
Alright, calm down, Mayor Klaus. Take a deep breath and let it out. Apparently, it seems as though my house was robbed while I was out.
What?
That's not being calm at all, Estelle. I had something to speak with Father Divine about, so I was over at the chapel, and when I came home, it was rather odd for no one to greet me at the door, so I looked around, and the rooms were in a state of great disarray.
Wait, what about your wife and Lita?
Don't worry, they're both fine. I found them locked up in the attic room.
That's a relief to hear.
It's lucky that no harm came to anyone. It won't get us anywhere sitting around here, so could you take us to the crime scene, Mayor Klaus? Absolutely. I appreciate your cooperation.
Wait for me, I'm going too.
Good idea. We may be able to be of some help.
Well, if you insist. Ina, we'll be at the mayor's place investigating the incident. If you have anything come up, just toss it on Regis's shoulders. I'm sure he's just relaxing at the bar anyway. Yes, I'll do that. And everyone, be careful.
Wow, this place is an absolute mess.
The crooks really tore through here.
Look at the safe.
The septium, which was supposed to be given to Her Majesty the Queen, has been stolen. I'm really sorry, especially after having you go to all the trouble to bring it here.
It's not you who should be apologizing. It's the crooks who are in the wrong. By the way, how are the other rooms in the house?
The other rooms, for the most part, appear to have been left untouched. They're about as messy as the attic room in which my wife and Lita were locked up in. Estelle, Joshua, there's something I want you to do.
Which is?
I'll speak with the mayor about the incident. I want you two to check out the inside of the house.
You mean like an on-site investigation?
Are you sure we're up to the task?
Since we're all here, splitting up would be the best way to cover the most ground, no?
Alright, we'll see what we can do.
Proceed carefully and deliberately. Alright, Mayor Klaus. How about we talk in the parlor? Sure. Now where to begin?
An on-site investigation, huh? I'm starting to get butterflies in my stomach.
How about we start from this room? And let's not forget to ask for witness statements from the other residents.
Sounds like a plan. The gift that we delivered to the mayor for the queen is... Those crooks are not gonna get away with this!
It doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it, or...
Could they really have cracked the combination?
It's not impossible, but I imagine that it would be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My best guess is that they figured out the combination using a much simpler means.
What do you mean by simpler means?
Well, let's see. They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with special powder. A powder like that would have absorptive properties, and due to its fineness, it would be invisible to the naked eye. However, if blue light were placed over it, it would glow.
Alright.
Now let's imagine for a minute that the mayor entered the combination with the powder present. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed.
Now, wait a minute. Wouldn't they still not know in which order the buttons were pressed?
That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the buttons would decrease. In other words, the crooks could press the buttons in order starting from the least luminescent. It might be a little more difficult if there are duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are.
That makes sense. Joshua, are you a genius or something?
No, it's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. There's no doubt in my mind that this safe was opened using the same method I just explained.
Alright. Now the big question is, who dusted the buttons with the powder? We know it would have to be at least someone who visited the residence.
Right. Figuring out who that is, that's gonna be the tricky part.
This pot's been tipped over, but there's nothing inside.
It looks like it only tipped over after being hit by something with force.
This place is all torn apart. Lita would probably faint if she saw this.
Looks like all the books on the shelf have been scattered around the room. It seems kind of senseless to have done all this.
It's just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this.
Looks like he's got some valuable antique books here as well. The criminals either had no idea about the value of the books, or...
This is just a clutter box, right? It's empty as well.
The box looks like it was burned. The box lock looks like it was burned off. The criminals may have used an orbital pen.
Sorry about that. We just forgot something.
Look, there are some marks on this railing.
You're right, and they're fresh too. It looks like something metal dug into the wood.
Are you alright, ma'am?
Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent towards us.
Is there anything you noticed in particular about the intruders?
They were wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about any specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door was locked. I locked that door just to be safe since my husband had gone to the chapel and there were just the two of us here. I wonder how in the world they got in. I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in.
Masked men, huh? That means this wasn't a one-man job.
How many people were in the group?
I'd probably guess about 3 or 4. Oh, that reminds me. One of them was short. It might have even been a girl.
Huh? What's this? Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not the type that grows around here.
Sure, Christelle. This is the place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were locking everybody up.
So it's a key piece of material evidence, right? They said that the door was locked at the time of the burglary, right? It doesn't look like the lock's been broken either.
Which means we got in another way.
I had the mayor run me through all the details. How about you two? Did you find anything? Alright, then let's check the details one by one and see what you've come up with. First off, what were the criminals after?
Septium and safe.
How many of them were there? There was a group of 3 or 4. Where did they get into the house from?
The terrace on the second floor.
Point blank, what is the portrait of those thought to have committed the crime? A traveler who visited recently. Wow, you did a good job investigating. It looks like we'll be able to specify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Klaus, over the past 2 or 3 days, have you had any new faces in your study? When you put it that way, I guess there's been a number of people. That reporter from the magazine company was fun.
Oh, so those two came to visit you too, huh?
But at the time of the crime, they were with us at the Escalon's tower. We can cross them off the list of suspects.
I see. So, Mayor Klaus, were there any others? Other than that, there was only Josette. But let's not kid ourselves here.
I think it'd be a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. After all, she's a student at the Royal Academy.
Criminals aren't always dressed so they can be easily spotted. As for a school uniform, if someone put their mind to it, they could create a replica.
But I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua?
I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree.
Huh?
During that time, when the mayor put the septium into the safe, that girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's, eyeing her prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But, at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student.
You must be joking.
Unbelievable. At any rate, it looks like we're going to have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you?
If I remember right, she should be staying at the hotel. But she said something about taking off from Roland sometime today.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to hurry then. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first.
We're right.
Understood. So we have Shara in the party now. She's pretty good. She's
decent.
She gets a really good ability later in the game, but we're not there yet.
Oh, I passed the hotel.
Yeah. She's not the best character in the game, but not the worst. Good caster. Estelle, Joshua, and even Sherazade. Is something the matter?
Do you remember a girl named Josette? She's a student from the Royal Academy who should be staying here.
Of course I remember her, but she checked out just a moment ago.
Shoot, we're a minute too late.
Let's hurry to the landing port. We might be able to catch her there.
She really didn't seem like a bad girl.
But please excuse the delay. The airliner should be arriving any time now, so please be patient.
Yo, Alan, it's us if you haven't noticed.
Oh, it's your guys. Ooh, Charizard too. Thank you, adios, for this feast of the eyes. So, what's up? You didn't by chance happen to see a girl in a school uniform around here, did you? A girl in a school uniform? A school uniform from where?
From the Janus Royal Academy.
Oh, baby, those uniforms are so hot. Contrast to those neatly pleated white skirts and navy blue socks.
You.
Ah, yes, I can see them now. I totally forget what the boys' uniforms look like, though.
This is one obsession I just don't get.
Thus defineth man's eternal struggle. Back on topic here. So you didn't see a girl in the Royal Academy uniform?
No, not this month. And believe me, I watch for those. I check all the passengers boarding and disembarking, so I can tell you at least she hasn't come here.
Which means that she came to Roland along the roads without using an airliner. This complicates things.
My search field suddenly got much bigger. Come to think of it, there must be others, so they've got to be hiding somewhere.
Wait, that reminds me.
What does, Estelle?
I almost forgot that we found this. Could this be some sort of clue?
Oh right, we did find that. Sure, do you know of any places nearby where Cervaeus trees grow?
Cervaeus trees, I'm pretty certain they grow in Mistwald, south of Roland.
Mistwald. That's the forest in the opposite direction from home as Roland, right?
It seems like it's worth looking into. That settles it. Let's hit up the highway through Roland's South Gate.
You're really excited, aren't you? Well, whatever it is, good luck.
Wait up! You're running like a crazed lunatic!
Who can just walk at a time like this? Maybe I should just think about cutting back on those blasted cigarettes.
What are the two of you up to?
You kids again, huh? Actually, we've got to get to Bose ASAP. But the airliner's not even here yet. I know, that's why we're heading there on foot. It'll take some time, but it's not a distance that we can't cover by ourselves.
Well, don't wear yourselves out too badly. By the way, are you after a scoop or something?
Yeah, and the mother of all scoops, too. No time to talk. We gotta make it there today.
I wonder if Niall's going to be alright. See you later, Estelle. Joshua.
Well, aren't they a lively pair? Friends of yours?
Those were the reporters from one of the jobs Dad asked us to take over. I wonder what's going on.
Oh, wrong way. Ah. We have a slightly different controller today, and so the config is different.
Yep. So we're going down the Elise Highway on our way to Mistwald. Oh, if you want to just top off EP, you can go to the house.
Oh, that's true. Ah, this is why I really don't like this config.
So we're about to fight an enemy. This enemy hits very, very hard, but...
That's true. So what we're doing actually is while we're on our way towards Mistwald, we have a quest for...
the Elise Highway monster.
The Rhinoceter.
And we actually won't be able to avoid doing that quest. That's a side quest you have to do because, as you'll see, on the way down to Mistwald...
He's right in plain sight, which means we're gonna do a safety save.
Yep. Some of those saves are from our last recording session, which we forgot to record audio for.
If you can't tell, we do that sometimes.
Alright.
I'm thinking just firebolt.
Yeah, it's done.
Break if somebody's close to dead.
Yeah. Break onto the attack.
That makes sense.
This should do some big damage.
This might kill. Oh, close.
When does Shara's come in? Shara's Oh, can you item heal Joshua just to make sure he lives through this?
Oh yeah, save his CP.
Just do it to your bomb, yeah.
We're good to go!
God, Shara has so much more health.
Yeah.
Seems you came up short.
Oh wow, yeah, I mean she's twice the level of the other two.
I don't remember us being that far away from her on our first playthrough.
Nah, yeah, we're a bit underleveled. Well, actually, probably we might do some screen grinding. But let's just fight out this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, the Mars Sparrow is annoying.
Oh, get the Insectos first, though. Okay, fine. You can get the Mars Sparrow.
Thank you. Trust me, I remember how annoying the Mars Sparrow is. It's like one of my least favorites.
Hopefully we find something that drops time Sepith, because then if we can get Estelle another slot.
Oh, are we done already?
Oh wow, sure is basic attack even does a lot. Oh, they do drop time.
Do we want to call it there for this episode?
Yeah, we'll call it there.
Next episode, we might be a couple of levels higher because we'll do some off-screen grinding.
Yeah, we'll show you whatever setup we have at that point.
But yeah, this is Hella Alone signing off.
Have a good one.